I love superheroes. Simply, I just love them. I love the idea. I love the fantasy. I mean, the idea of having superpowers and then just fly out there, fly and rescue people and just be the hero. It's the world's most awesome fantasy. So guess what I'm really tired of? Dark, dreary superheroes, where being a superhero isn't as much of a privilege as it's just a burden. Where being a superhero is a heavy task and there's just nothing fun about it. Where all the weight of the world doesn't allow for fun or games, ever. I'm fine, but seriously, what happened to all the fun? Superheroes used to be all about the fun, didn't they? It used to be about the joy. It used to be about the superhero actually loving being on the scene and everything looked like so much fun. Sophie, to the rescue! Yes, today we are going to go back and relish in that time as we look at the top 5 heroes who just really enjoy being heroes, like me. So, let's get started. Number 5. Superman, the old version. Superman sure has been through a lot of phases. Right now, he is in a place of people trying to make him into a wannabe Batman. The misunderstood hero with the burden of the world on his shoulders. People are so focused on this at current time that they tend to completely forget how Superman started. As a fantasy. How would it be to be super strong, to be able to jump over buildings, to even fly? It looks like it's fun being Superman, so it feels fun watching him. He was the glass geek who was secretly a cool superhero long before Spider-Man came along and tried to do the same trick. And there was a time he enjoyed it. As you can probably guess, the reason why he's so low on the list is because that in the last decade and a half it hasn't been that way. But still, it's something that must emerge again someday, a Superman who enjoys being a hero. Number 4. Miss Marvel, the Kamala Khan version. Oh boy, we are really going from the old to the new here, but what kind of new? It's been a long while since a new hero came along and managed to chew her way into popularity that quick, and I can totally see why though. Kamala is freaking awesome. A Muslim teenage girl living in New Jersey, she's a huge fan of superheroes, particularly the old Miss Marvel, now Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. And then what happens? As Kamala one day wakes up and just is Miss Marvel. Or rather, she gains the power to shapeshift and accidentally shifts into Miss Marvel first. That though inspires her to adapt that name and goes out as the new Miss Marvel, meeting superheroes, fangirling over them. Kamala is a person who just loves the very idea of heroes and loves the idea of becoming a hero. So naturally she strikes poses and enjoys it as she goes out fighting bad guys, meets up with other Marvel heroes, and she's just all around so enthusiastic. I can't help but believe that it's that enthusiasm that has made her a new Marvel staple this quickly. I'm just sitting here waiting for the animated show already. That is, if Disney can manage to do it better than what they are currently doing with their Marvel animated shows. If you just stick to the comic book, you'll be okay. Number 3. Zorro. Oh boy, now we are talking. Zorro, the man who practically invented the British comeback. The swinging around from rooftop to rooftop, the sheer enjoyment in making a fool out of the captain. Zorro encapsulates a romantic hero, and alongside the Scarlet Pimpernel, in many ways he was the first. He invented it, alongside with the Scarlet Pimpernel, that is. Diego de la Vega, the rich, lazy fop no one likes, whom in secret is the daring Zorro that makes all the girls swoon and all the men admire him. He's the type who laughs at the enemy, whom drinks and is just all around a joy to be with. It looks like so much fun being Zorro, just as fun as being a romantic pirate in many ways. And that comes from his enjoyment, absolutely. Number 2. Shazam, aka Captain Marvel from the DC universe. The idea behind this character is just genius. A boy whom, despite being dealt a tough stack of cards in his life, always remains positive and good anyhow, gains the ability to become a fully grown superhero by calling out the word Shazam, and then he goes on adventures to rescue the world, having the powers of a superhero, in the league with Superman, and still having the enthusiastic mind of a child. The concept itself gets it, what comic heroes are for and what it appeals to, the childlike fantasy inside of people. That's also what Marvel movies get so right that DC don't. Marvel purposely appeal to the childish, DC tries to distance itself from it, which is kind of why I dread the live action movie with Shazam coming out in a few years. Anyhow, even if that movie turns out bad, Shazam will get through it. The idea is timeless. He is timeless, and the very core inside of him is all about the childish enjoyment of being a superhero. And the number 1 spot goes to Darkwing Duck. Some might think this is an odd choice, but hear what it came down to for me. In the case of all the other heroes, them being a hero had something to do with a responsibility, a purpose. They have motivation that goes just beyond being a hero. While with Darkwing, his motivation is to be a hero. We never get any real reason why Darkwing is a hero, nor is there any specific origin story about how he became a hero. At most, it has been hinted that Darkwing grew up being a loser and dreamt about being something different, so he very literally reinvented himself into a new image just to be a hero. Like Sherlock Holmes solving mysteries just to solve mysteries, Darkwing Duck is a hero just to be a hero. And man, does he enjoy it. He takes so deep pride in his cape, in his smokescreen appearances, and always makes up new catchphrases when he appears. Darkwing Duck, the only hero I can think of whose sole motivation is just to be a hero, and everything else is added bonus which came on later, which is why he made number 1 on this list.
And of course we mustn't forget that I too really enjoy being a hero. There are villains out there, longing to be fought. I'm going! Hero? Whom in their right mind enjoys to be the hero? I, for one, enjoy to be the villain. And the next time, we are going to look at 5 villains whom enjoys it at least as much as I do.